blastmusic247.com. We're changing the industry one artist at a time.
Hello, hello, good morning, and welcome to According to Courtney. If this is your first time joining us, I'm Courtney West. I am a full spectrum doula, birth nerd, and love anything that's just kind of cool and interesting. If you're coming to According to Courtney, we're here to talk about all the things and fill your cup and gain some knowledge. So today, I wanted to talk about a subject that I feel like, especially in the Black community, it's about having artists and finding awesome tattoo artists that are really equipped for melanated skin. So, about a month or two ago, I had gotten some work done by this amazing artist, and she was just so interesting to find a young, Black, talented tattoo artist in your area. I just wanted to come in and give her props. So, I wanted to go ahead and introduce her into the space today so you guys can get to know this artist.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, good morning, and welcome to Courtney. I'm so glad to have you in this space this morning.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited. So, with everyone on the show, I always like to open it up and ask you these first three questions so we can just get you, layered into the space. So, I always love to ask, what is your name and the origin of your name? Where are you from and your people are from? And then, what do you want the audience to take away from learning about you today?
So, my name is Azura. My name comes from spirit. The name was given to me. The name was given to me. And so my people, my dad's side of the family is from here. And then my mom's side of the family is actually first generation from Palestine. So yeah. And what was the third question?
So, the third question is, what do you want people to take away from what you're going to share with us today about you?
I want people to take away that their life can be made up of intention, that they have the power to really guide their life with God as a co-creator with God. And intention is a beautiful way to really live in your highest self. So yeah.
Oh, I love that. It's so beautiful. So, Zora, can you tell us your story of what brought you into the tattoo world and the art world itself? How did you get started?
So I actually got started with painting first. So I've always been a creative. I went to Gibbs High School. I actually went to Gibbs for performance theater. So I was always into like other things. I used to do piano. So I really got into painting probably when I was like 15 or 16 years old. And at first it was just for me. My friends would ask to buy paintings, and from there it was more fun. At that point I was just painting like characters and stuff like that. But then as I got older, I would say by the time I got to like 18, I was really trying to express something specific, and I was going through my own journey of healing, and that's what my painting started to be. It started to be more about healing, more about intention. Some of my first paintings I'm thinking of are Willow Tree. That was like, it had a poem with it, and New Beginnings, like stuff like that. I would paint stuff that would remind me of the lessons that I was going through. And since then, it's kind of like been building onto that into intentional paintings, into intentional tattoos, and then now my series, Remembering Your Royalty. So yeah, being creative, it started with an outlet, and then it turned into me wanting to say something with my body work. So
I love that. So you brought the word up intentional as an
mhm.
intentional tattoo artist. So can you explain to people what does that mean?
Okay, so intention is just a another word for intention, I would say, is prayer, right? So basically, when you're doing a tattoo, it's a very symbolic thing. It's going to be on your body forever. It's an image. And of course, you can have fun with tattoos and get whatever you want, but when you're putting a certain thing into it, a certain prayer into something that's going to be on your body forever, it adds that extra power to it. So for example, let's say your intention would be to learn how to soften in your family life, right? And like loving your family, that's unconditional love. I feel like that takes a different level of being present, and so for example, maybe you would get like a sankofa or like a heart or something that represents family, and then that prayer that you add to it is also a part of the process. So the intention would be like every time you see it, it's a reminder of that. So it's just
Yeah,
so the work
absolutely.
does come like from you, but the tattoo is a reminder, if that makes sense. And also the process of actually, tattoos are needles, and this can be painful. So that whole process too is kind of like you like really setting the tone for that intention, if that makes sense.
That's so interesting because I've gotten tattoos forever and I've never had a artist say to me, I want to do intentional tattooing. So what made you decide to do that, and why did you see the importance of doing that for people?
That's a good question. What made me want to do it is I actually didn't have any tattoos before I became a tattoo artist. And
Really?
yeah, so I feel like, I mean, I was definitely interested in the tattoos. I was interested in the henna, but I didn't feel that connection to the tattoos in a way. And I needed, for me, that extra layer of like, what does this mean? What is this, what is this? Why am I doing this? If that makes
Right.
sense. And not to say like you can't, if you want to get a tattoo just because, that's beautiful too, but for me that's what I needed. And I wanted I know that I don't feel like I've seen that a lot, and I wanted to create that. I wanted to create my own like path when it came to tattoos and art in general. So yeah.
I love that because tattooing work is such an intimate work, and people don't really realize that because you just see it. We're just like, okay, we're just in the bar, we're doing this, and we're getting a tattoo. I'm one of those people who are very much about intentional tattoos. Every tattoo on my body says a story. I have like 13. People don't know I have so many tattoos
Yeah.
just because of where they're placed. But having the intention behind that, it is like you say, it resonates with you. It's like, well, what's the story behind? And I think it says a lot about the artist you pick to tattoo your body because, like you said, there is pain, there is discomfort, and it is a process. And it's a process of people who don't have tattoos a lot of times, like, why would you want to do this? It's painful. I said, but the pain is part of the process of what to make something beautiful or art. I've always thought of it like a diamond. You got to press a diamond to make it beautiful. That's what tattoo art is.
Or it's like working out. Like it's gonna hurt, but you get your,
you get your results from
It's
it.
like so yeah.
What made you decide to go into the tattooing world, and what has that journey been like for you as a Black woman? Well, as a woman of color, I'll say.
So okay, it was really like for a year. Before I started, for a year straight, I kept feeling this calling, like, go to this shop specifically, go here, start being a tattoo artist. And even before that, like I kept feeling called to do body adornments. Like I was before I started tattooing, I was doing face painting. I think that's how I met you.
That's how we met each other. Yes.
Yes. So I was doing face painting for a while. That wasn't necessarily intentional face painting. unless somebody asked me to. It was more just for like the kids and stuff. But yeah, I knew I wanted to take it up a notch as far as like the adornments I was doing. I felt myself kind of falling out of like, I wanted it to mean more to people. When you're getting a tattoo, that's on your body forever, so it means a lot more compared to like, oh, this is quick and cute. I know it means a lot to the kids, but like, I don't know, I needed something else, if that made sense. So
Yes.
my journey with tattoos. Okay, so I went into the tattoo shop that is Urban Ink. It's in St. Petersburg, Florida.
Love them.
And I asked for yes. One of the only Black-owned tattoo shops in St. Pete. They're amazing people. But I walked in and I asked for apprenticeship, and they so gracefully gave me an apprenticeship. So from there, I was going in the shop every day, learning how to tattoo from these people. At the time, there was 3 tattoo artists in there that were really helping me with different things. They all had different styles, so they were kind of putting their input in. And then after the year, before the year ended, I ended up getting my license, because during that apprenticeship year, I wasn't tattooing on people. I was doing like face skin and stuff like that, and doing henna. And then after that year, I eventually got my license, and then I started doing it on real people. So
love that. I love that. I and that tattoo shop is like, it's so, if you're from St. Pete or know about our area, we are very much into our Black excellence. That's a big deal for us, and just having things that have been built. And so, shout out to Brainstorm. He always, we've been following him for a long time because of what he built, and having a space like that for young artists to be able to come in and learn together. And I want to touch on that. There's so many people who want to learn this journey of tattooing, and I would love for you to share with them what that really was like. What was that like for you? And what's that journey look like for people who would want to do that?
Okay. I think there's pros and cons to it. It's work. Like it's a beautiful experience, because when you do finally master it, you get to tattoo. Like, that is a beautiful skill to have. Like, not everybody can do that just off of a whim. And for the people who are learning, I would definitely say, like, when I came in, they just kept telling me, don't give up. And I'm not a give up type of person, but they just knew to tell me that, because even through my couple years of being there, I've seen people come and leave. Can I get an apprenticeship? Leave. And it's because, like, tattooing it's not impossible, but just the beginning part is the hardest part, just learning the techniques. Once you get the techniques, everything else moves, but the techniques are really important. Like, again, it took me a year to get that, but there's a reason why it takes a year, because you're going to be putting ink into people's body. So I would just say, just to not give up, find a good mentor. There is a stigma of like internships, like, not everybody. I haven't had this experience at Urban Ink, but in the United States, there is a stigma of like having just bad mentorships. Like, people can take advantage of you and stuff like that. So just make sure that you're using your discernment when you pick your mentor. Making sure it's an even exchange, a fair exchange.
Yes.
And just know why you're getting into it, and just stick through it. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep that why with you.
I love that. As a woman, how do you feel it is for other women, especially women of color, in the tattoo industry?
As a tattoo artist?
As a tattoo artist.
So I do feel like there's not a lot, but once we do get together, it's like, what's the lady name? I met this beautiful group when I went to the Black Tattoo Experience, and it was all Black tattoo artists, women. And they had like a whole organization, and they went to different cities and stuff. So I don't feel like, it might be far and few, but like, when we do get together, I've had beautiful experiences with other Black tattoo artists. So yeah, we're out there. It's just, yeah. I think that's just what, go ahead.
That's amazing. I didn't know there was something like that. But that is like, oh, that must be so healing to be able to just link up and be like, I see you.
Yeah. And most of the time, people are very like, we understand each other. Like, I haven't had an experience where it's like nasty to each other. Like, we've always been like, I see you, you know, like this. It's just been beautiful, and I'm grateful for that for sure. Because, yeah, it just makes it doesn't leave a bad taste in my mouth about the whole thing. It just makes me feel like, wow, like this is a beautiful community. So,
Oh, that's beautiful. Do
yeah.
you feel that you get the same love from male tattoo artists, or do you feel like they have to check you more because you're a woman?
Um. Hmm. I'm gonna speak for myself because again, like I'm grateful for where I'm at, but in the
Right.
States, there has like in general there is a stigma of that. What you're
Hmm.
saying. Me personally, I don't think I've experienced like a lot of hate from other male artists. I think it's just like generally like no, I don't feel like I felt any hate or any like backlash or anything like that. I will say tattoo artists in general, or artists in general, people in general, sometimes
Hmm.
there's egos, but it's never been like anything crazy, like no disrespect or anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's awesome. But that also
Yeah.
says a lot about where you're working and the people that you're
Yes.
working with. That
Yes.
you can keep that camaraderie, you can have that respect, and the respect is a part of the aspect of the work as it
Yes.
should be. Oh, that's
Mm-hmm.
awesome to hear
Yeah.
because I've talked to younger youth who are like, oh, I want to get into this, but how is that going to be? And what would that be like, especially as being a girl or being from a different genre of the community? It's like, how will I be accepted? It's like, you won't know until you do it.
That part, that is very true too, because when I tell you for the first, like the year before went in there, I was scared, second guessing it. And then as soon as I went there, the doors opened. So yeah, I think it's just a lot of like the anxiety about doing it, actually going in
Hmm.
there and asking. But hopefully, you know, everybody who wants to go in an apprenticeship is received well. I think it does depend on doing the research though, and what tattoo artist. Like I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but just look who's in the shop already when you go in the shop.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Feel out the vibe to see if it's a good
maybe
vibe
get a
for you.
tattoo there first before you know, that's
That's
really smart.
smart.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
smart.
Because you never really know like who's all like, you know, you never really know people's energy until you are in there. So, and actually, yeah, before I went to this tattoo shop to ask for their apprenticeship, I went with somebody to get a tattoo as well. And I didn't ask
Okay.
for anything when I went. I just was just going with, you know, going to see the shop. So yeah, just knowing, just doing your research on the shops and just having discernment. If you feel like you're not safe, leave. And also, you know it's not going to be all the way easy. Like you're going to have to put some work in and stuff. So yeah,
Anything that's worth having, you got to put some work in anyway. So that's just
that
part of
part.
how it goes.
Yeah.
So if someone books a tattoo experience with you, what should they expect out of the experience? How's it set up?
Mm.
I think that's very important because I've had a tattoo with you, and how you
Mm-hmm.
set up and how you move is very
Mm-hmm.
different than some other artists.
Okay, so I treat each client individually, right? So I kind of gauge the amount of attention that people want, because some people are very new to intentional tattoos, new to intention in general, but
Mhm.
then compared to the people who are very intentional, I kind of go a little. I kind of gauge. I don't want people to feel uncomfortable. So what I'd like to do in an ideal setting every time is we come in, we either have the design already chosen, or you look through the flash and you pick a design that you like that calls to you. We go over your intention, what this tattoo means to you, where do you want it at. Placement also adds to intention as well, like we talked
Mhm.
about. And then ideally we would pray over the tattoo, and then we get into the session. I'm in a studio, like I said, so sometimes there's other artists working. There might be music playing. But yeah, sometimes we have incense, sometimes we have to be respectful of everybody. But
Right.
yeah, that is what it's like doing intentional tattoo with me. We definitely go over, we can tell stories about how you got to this point, where you
Mhm.
want to go. I feel like the most important part during the tattoo is actually like what's going on in your mind while you're getting it. So like I would suggest, like when there's very painful areas, just to really like meditate on your intention even harder and try to go into a space where you can like try to focus on your breath and your intention, and that's it if you can. And I feel like that amplifies the tattoo in itself. And then also afterwards, like the work you do afterwards is also important too, because after I did the tattoo, it's, you know, it's on you forever. So now when you look at it, like it's up to you to keep that intention into your heart. And also maybe it changes, maybe the intention for you changes over time and you're able to still keep that powerful symbol for you. But yeah.
And it was so beautiful. It was such a vibe to be able to do the tattoo with you, from the music to the incense to everything else. And my tattoo was a little different because I usually do not get tattooed with my children there. But having an artist as a child who's it was so beautiful to watch how you guys engaged with each other and how you were able to speak life into her while doing very intentional work. So the intentions, yes, were my own, but also my children who are in this space and being able to absorb what was happening and what they could take away from it. As in, you know, having one child who's really about that life and the other one who is horrified, like, oh my God, it's my mommy. And it was very much so. It was like two points of the Richter scale was like, oh, this is so great.
Basically, yeah.
Can I watch? How do you do that? Can I see your strokes? To the other one, like, how you do?
Yeah. I'm gonna sit over here.
Yes. But also to explain the intention to it, she's like, doesn't it hurt? I was like, yes and no. I said it's a lesson. And so what do you mean? And to have that type of conversation on what intention means. Why is this happening? Why am I choosing to do it? Why did I place it here? Why was this placed here? And what does it mean? Because we talked about it afterwards. She's like, look, now, I don't know if I ever want one, but I love that you did that. I was like, thank you. And my oldest is like, I can't wait to go in and for us to do one together.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And just about how you can take both sides of that coin and be like, okay. And my little come up to me later. She's like, maybe when I'm maybe 10 years older, we can talk about this and we can do something together. However, whatever we do together has to be very small because I'm not doing what you just did.
And you know, that's real. That's real. It's, you know, at least she's opening the door to possibly.
It was so fun because she was just like all in it at first, and then until it started, she was like, wait a minute. This is
so y'all really go.
Okay. This is what happens.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's hilarious. And to be honest, like even seeing her there, it was very beautiful to see the sun and the moon in your kids and how like they were interested. Both of them were interested, but also like, and you know what's funny? I was probably more like your youngest daughter growing up. Like, oh no.
It's funny. I wanted her to meet you and to meet her because when I met you doing, we met at a festival and you were painting, and I said to you, I want you to meet my daughter because you remind me of her when she's all grown up. I was like, I see a lot of her in you, and I would like her to see you. And so that's when we left because I didn't tell her that. She was like, you like her because she reminds you of me. I was like,
she said that?
She's like, you like her because you see me in her. I was like, I do. I said, so I want you to see what you can do. No one can tell you anything. If you really want to do something, you put your passion into it. Here is someone who's done it. And she was like, I can see that. And my oldest is like, no, that's really cool. She looks at it like, I'm an artist. This is cool, of a different way of doing art. I may want to do tattooing. That's really cool because she was also raised around Brainstorm. She's been raised in that shop. So when she first started her art out, he would look at her art and be like, okay, let me see what you're doing. And we'll have those conversations. And it's beautiful to know that's just a shop that he's always said, if she just wants to hang out, she can come in and hang out and we can look at her art and we can just talk about art. Where can you go to have that? That doesn't exist for
not at all.
Like that.
Yeah. And that's why so it started off as Urban Ink, but now it's called, we have Urban Ink still, but it's called Culture Creative. To amplify that, I feel like that's where it came from. People, creatives coming in and not having that space. So now we have that space and there's a name for it too. So at Culture Creative, we do a whole bunch of creative events. We do creative mixers, we do figure drawing, we have a book club called Rudy Reads, we do vendor markets. So like, yeah, and I'm so grateful because there are shops where it's just tattoos, and I'm grateful to be able to be in a space where it's all of the creatives can come in and we can do we had photography classes. So yeah, just a beautiful mix. I feel like it's like a Gibbs after school, like aftercare, like after.
Yes, it is Gibbs after hours in a good way.
Yes,
it is.
Yes.
And if you're not from this area, there's Gibbs High School, which is a predominantly Black high school that has PCCA, which is a arts program who's put out amazing artists all across the board. And so to have that, my oldest is a Gibbs PCCA visual art student who just got Artist of the Year. So very proud of her. We give her all the toast, all the things.
That's beautiful.
And to have that be in her backyard, to know these are people that are attainable. And I will say something about Gibbs alumni, especially like the visual and theater arts people. You guys give back in a way that is so beautiful. Like you guys, I've never not seen how you guys come and you love up on other artists and love up on youth artists, which is very rare. I come from nursing. Nurses eat their young. They don't love you. They don't hold space for you. Like it's very cutthroat. I've never experienced that with artists that came out of there. Any questions? She's met many artists from there, and they're always loving. They're always like, let me see what you're doing. Let me see how you're doing, and always encouraging. And I feel like that's like a Gibbs trait.
Yeah.
Like you come from here, they want to see you win.
Yeah. And I feel like that's how it should be in every industry. But I feel like as creatives, it's more important, because what will be the purpose of making art for people and then you tear down the same people you're making the art for? Like, I don't know. I feel like that's how it should be. If you're an artist of any kind, like, well, I don't know. I feel like that artists are like, they're like storytellers, they're historians. Like, how can we be these type of people, these beautiful people, and then also tear down the youth? I feel like that doesn't. Yeah.
It should be cute, and you would think this should be the status quo of it, but unfortunately, a lot of times, even in her experience, there are some teachers there they forget that piece of it. And I feel like that's what Gibbs is different. Is like you are teared down in a way, but rebuilt. And so when you come out the program, I've noticed they're like, no, we don't believe in that. We don't do that here. We're going to encourage you all the way through, even if you need some tweaking. It's always out of love. It's never some bash down thing, because I feel like y'all went through that. It's like, no, we don't have to work like that. We don't need
exactly. Yeah, juries
is real. Juries had us rethinking life for a little bit.
Yes.
Juries is real.
I think that's probably a part of it too. Like constructive criticism is important, but this is the way you do it for sure. And yeah.
We're gonna put a pin on it right there. If you want to know more, go ahead and get in the program. You'll understand. Juries. You survived juries for 4 years. Ace boom cool. You in it. Yes. You did that. So it's all good. So we're at our halfway point where we always feature our artists, and so our good Veep Troy is gonna come in and handle that for us.
Yes, indeed. Hey, I am loving the conversation. This is a great morning conversation. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being a part of this podcast. I have an amazing artist. She submitted to have her music played on a radio station. Her name is Marie, and I'm gonna butcher her last name. It's Bon Giovano. Okay. And the name of this song is The Last December. Let's check it out.
Why we keep pretending that this fire still burns warm? We hold on like the weather, but our seasons change the form. Who are we fooling, baby? We both seen the truth inside. Love can fade so gently that we barely even realize. You say I'm sorry, and I know I like it's enough, but you're tired of my relapses. I'm tired of being tough. We're two hearts holding on to something slipping through our hands. Still loving out of habit more than loving who we am. Why don't we walk away with dignity and grace? Leaving doesn't mean we never loved, it just means we need a space. We keep hurting one another, trying so damn hard to stay. But maybe love means knowing when to gently walk away. Let's make the most of these holidays. One last December night, then come January, baby, we'll go and find our light. I see the way you look at me, like searching for the past, but all the good intentions in the world can make pain last. We built a life together, but the cracks are showing through. And loving you is killing me, like loving me is killing you. We keep rewriting stories we already lived before. Replay the same apology, like we're stuck behind a door. My heart says maybe stay, my soul says let it go. And deep inside I know that peace is something we both like. We walk away feeling waste. Even doesn't mean we never loved, it just means we need a space. We keep hurting one another, trying so damn hard to stay. But maybe love means knowing when so to gently walk away. Let's make the most of these holidays. One last December night, then come January, baby, we'll go and find our light. Can we hold each other one last time without the pain? Can we kiss like we remember, even knowing it won't stay? One last Christmas morning, one last New Year's toast. Let's celebrate the memories of the ones who love the most. Why don't we walk away with dignity and grace? Letting go don't mean the love was wrong, it just means it changes shape. We're two good people trying, but we lost our way to us. Now peace is calling softly, telling both of us to trust. So let's treasure this December, every moment warm and bright. Then come January, baby, we'll let each other find what's
Mm. And that is Maria Bongiovanno. What you ladies think about that song? Very nice, right?
Yes, that was
Beautiful.
beautiful.
I'm gonna tell
Beautiful.
you, she's actually on Spotify. She has an album. That song is the tamest one out of all of them. The other one, she really shows her vocal skills, but
Mm.
that's the one that she brought. So, yeah, if you're an
Hey.
independent artist, a spoken word poet, or up and coming comedian looking for some exposure, you can go to blastmusic247.com and register for free. But Blast is also looking for the fans. So if you're a fan of great music, you too can register at blastmusic247.com. Sign up as an unlimited fan and have access to hundreds of independent music. Blast, we're constantly changing the industry one artist at a time. All right, ladies, back to you.
Hey.
Thanks. Hi, everyone. If you're just joining us, welcome to According to Courtney. We have been sitting here with this amazing, dope artist telling us all about her tattoo journey, her art journey, and all the feels. And so now I want to actually get in with you. What are you working on? What projects do you have going right now?
Okay, so my biggest project right now is Remembering Your Royalty. That is a series of paintings, photography, and poetry. I've been working on it for over a year, and my exhibition is going to happen February 10th through March 10th at Art Noir in Tampa, Florida. And basically, it is a series of images that my intention is to remind people of their power, remind people that who they were before the world told them who they were, to kind of have images that rewrite imagery of of history and kind of push us forward. I feel like a lot of Black art has been looked at as primitive, like especially like in school, like in the books and stuff like that. And that does something to you. That does something to your psyche when all you see is one version of art and one part of history. So my series intention is going to be a ongoing series. So the exhibition in February is just going to be the first one. But my series intention is to remind people of their power. So what I did was I took we took some photos of these women that I know. We had body paint. We did different poses based off of their cultural background, based off of the story that we were telling. And we're going to use some of those photos just as photography, but then also I painted some to kind of further the story, further the message that I was saying. And then some of them actually are references from my brain or references from photos that I've picked from like old archive photos of like passport photos and stuff like that. But yeah, that's my baby right now, and that's what I'm working on. And you guys are all invited. And
Yay!
yes, and yeah, that's my baby. I feel like that's my intention with my art in general too. Like, remember your royalty. That could be my staple for my series in the future as well, moving forward.
I love that, and that you picked such a powerful statement. Oh, I love how this looks. It's so
thank you.
Beautiful. So can you tell us about this particular photo right here? She looks so gorgeous.
Yes. So she's a yogi. Her name is Maya. And if you look at her body paint, I kind of like read people a little bit. So some people know their cultural background, some people have a smaller gist. But when I look at you, sometimes I can kind of tell a story based off of what you look like. So I did some of her body paint on her legs, which is very tribal looking, but also in the image, you can't tell it's gold. That's all gold. This whole shoot, everybody was dressed in gold. So the whole story was like, my skin is gold. And she is a yogi, so by nature she's doing these very fluid poses. She's kind of sitting in her softness. She's also showing the gold on her hand, the gold on her leg. She's very much like, I am royal, but I'm also sitting in my softness right now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
it's so beautiful. And I want to talk back about what you brought about what you learned in school about Black art. It is always very primal, very primitive, and never giving the beauty and the royalty and the greatness. And Black art comes in so many different forms. You can't put it in this one little box and say, this is it. Yes. And also throughout history, a lot of art is Black art.
Exactly. It's been stolen.
It's been stolen, colonized art. Yeah. A good portion of it is Black art. And that you're telling a story that needs to be told, and in such an amazing Black-owned, women-owned art gallery in Ybor says a lot. Always shout out to Camille, because she be doing her thing for the artists. We love her. We give all the accolades on this show. So I applaud you for making those types of connections. And this show is going to be dope. I'm super excited. It's going to be beautiful. What other projects are you working on?
So I'm also hosting so I have this brand called Open Heart in the Park. And what that is we do monthly restorative events that include sound bath, it includes art, it includes poetry, it includes journal prompts. But this month we're doing Open Heart and Intention, which is actually going to be at Culture Creative, and we're doing a vision board party. We're doing intention setting. We are affirming. There's going to be body adornments at the end, optional. There's going to be. We're going to also look back on 2025 and kind of give grace and accomplishments and praise to the things that we have accomplished this year, and kind of set the tone for next year and what we see for our life. So yeah, everybody's welcome to come. You get the chance to see Culture Creative if you haven't seen the space. And yeah, it's going to be a beautiful time for like-minded people to really just plan their life and celebrate each other. So
this is so awesome. What got you into doing these types of movements and classes, especially doing like yoga in the park? What brought that to you to be so important?
Mm-mm. That I can give you 4 different answers for that.
And we
But
got time, so go
okay.
ahead and give me 4.
So I'm gonna give you like, okay, one part of it would be it's something that I needed a couple years ago, something that everybody can use, but I was going through a big period of healing. And that's kind of what sparked my art, what sparked my healing, like doing the sound baths and stuff like that. I'm also gonna give props to my godmom, Miss Malika Salam. She's passed now, but she has also been a very beautiful inspiration to me growing up. Like throughout middle school, she was a very intentional person. Like I seen her, she was one of the only plus size black yogis that I know at the time growing up. She always had a room that was it was like her prayer room. So seeing things like that growing up, it embedded something into my brain, and I knew when I grew up that I wanted to be a healer, activist, and artist. So now it's just like those things are coming out, and I feel like these are just things that come naturally too. Like I don't know, it doesn't feel like it's much of a stretch to do these events. And that's why I did them, because I was like, oh, I want to do something that doesn't feel like such a big capacity on me. It feels like something naturally that I can do and still give to the community. So that's why I'm the Open Heart in the Park.
Ooh, I love that. And that's so powerful and important. It says so much about you as a person to choose to make those intentionals, because it feels like right now, especially in this kind of data age, it does feel like there's a lot of safe spaces that you can come together with like-minded people, but the only way to have it is if you create it. And that's really awesome. I'm all about a vision board and coming together and just feeling good about the endings of things and the new beginnings of things. So speaking of new beginnings for you, what do you see yourself moving forward in 2026? What you doing?
That's a good question. In 2026, I see myself really stepping it up. I feel like I have the foundations of things, and now it's just trying to expand on those things. Also, health. I've been going to the gym. That's one thing.
Yes. All about health and wellness.
Yes, health and wellness. I feel like it's just a season of definitely amplifying it, getting more clear, which I have been, like just pushing what I need to push more and kind of letting things that don't serve me fall off, basically.
Yes.
So
I love that. I love that. It's just, it's been a pleasure of just watching you in a small period of time grow and see where just doing beautiful, intentional art. And so it's interesting, even with your face painting, with how you move through it. I'm watching you. I'm like, no, you're very intentional about what you want to do. You're very intentional about what matters to you and how you moved. And I thought that was very awesome. And I just to watch you through your process, it's like you keep going. You're gonna do beautiful things in times of being. Do you ever see yourself owning your own shop? Is that a dream of yours? Or do you enjoy being part of the collective?
I do enjoy being a part of the collective. I feel like I'm also helping build Culture Creative. So I feel like that's a big part of like, I want to see that. Like one thing that keeps coming up, like when you're an organizer too, is also netting. Like what that means is like seeing who's around you and how you can support that. If I ever were to leave the shop, it would be because I traveled, I went to a different state, or that I have like, you know, different things that I'm trying to do. But for right now, I definitely see, and if I did leave, it would be because I want to create more intimate for intentional tattoos, if that makes sense. But I feel like that would be a suite, not a studio, if that makes sense, where there's other people. But yeah, I definitely believe in like building. If something works, if something is good, to build that up, and not to just, because I feel like a lot of people
say that again for the ones in the back, because they don't seem to understand.
If something is good and it works, build it up. Like a community takes people. You don't just run away just because you want to be the number one. Like build with people. That's what community is. So yeah.
And that's how you are the number one. It's like, I hate that concept. It can just be me, but why does it need to just be you when it can be so much more beautiful that the factors of it all come together? And I feel like that's the best part about that shop. There's not
Mhm.
like one head honcho per se. It's like we want to see you come and build, be safe, and get
Mhm.
endorsements too. But it's
Mhm.
bigger than that.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, like when you see us, you should. When people come in and you see all of the time, you should think like, oh, this is something. Like this isn't just a regular shop, or this isn't just like this is Black excellence, basically. So
Yes, when
yeah.
you're in the shop, it definitely is. For anyone who has not been to the tattoo shop, if nothing else, I feel like you need to go to understand what Black excellence looks like in this urbany art spaces of things that people usually would put to the back burner. People think about tattoo artists, they have a stereotype of what that looks like.
Mhm.
I challenge people to go into the shop and break what you think that stereotype looks like and
Mhm.
really get to dive into these artists, really get to see
Mhm.
what they're creating. And even if you never get a tattoo, you never know what else could tap into your heart going there or find something else. It may be sound baths, it may be yoga, it may be
Mhm.
poetry, it
Maybe
may be a
DJing.
right, it may be a book
Mhm.
club, it may
Mhm.
be you having an opportunity to really touch into your art or a part of yourself that you've forgotten. And
Mhm.
what does that do for someone? So I challenge everyone, go check it out. Go see something different. Challenge your
Mhm.
narratives and your norms to just get
Mhm.
loved up in a spot. And you don't even think that's what you come in there for. But when you leave, you feel so inspired, and that you can do that for all different ages of people says a lot
Mhm.
about a space.
Mhm. Mhm. The kids love it there.
They do. They do. It's
Yeah.
such a vibe. And they do. They loved
Yeah.
it there. And the warmth that comes with it, you can tell that you guys are invested in the youth. You're invested in people, period. And how you
Mhm.
guys show up is always that. It's never something crazy. It's always like, hey, what's up? Oh, you're good.
Mhm.
Sure, they can be here. Not a
Mhm.
problem. They're
Mhm.
part of the culture.
Mhm. Mhm. I need to see this too. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All the things, all the things. It has been an absolute pleasure
Thank
having
you.
you here in this space. You are always welcome to come back. And I would love to have you again when it gets closer to your show so we can just shout out all the amazing things that you are going on. I always like to fill people's cups when they come. So I always like to give y'all these words of
Mm.
what has been downloaded to give. You are
Mhm.
something so special, and you bring a light into a space that most people don't always. A lot of people are coming in for tattoos because sometimes be in their darkest hour and they're coming for some healing, or they're coming for
Mhm.
celebrating. And either way
Mm.
you meet them, you always meet them with such kindness and such love. And I cannot wait to see where you're going to grow, because you're a young old person, and I love that about you. You're so
Thank you.
young, but you're so old at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's so cute.
Thank
You have a
you.
lot of
Thank you.
wisdom to you. So I love to see the growth and where you're gonna go, and how your hands are and how your adornments are going to touch people, not only with your
Mm.
physical skin touch, but with your art. So you will
Mhm.
go far, and we look forward to seeing your journey.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I'm so grateful for this space. I'm so grateful for meeting you. And yeah, our connections have been beautiful. So thank you a million times, Courtney, and to the Blast organization. Thank you so much.
It is so awesome. You're so welcome. And the Blast family is the best family. We always got to put it out there like that. And
Yes.
we love to love up on our artists. So, and to my
Yes, that's
art,
beautiful. It's such a yeah.
thank you so much. I love it. So to the audience and everything else, know that you are loved, you're seen, you are heard. We're at the end of the year. Take this time to love on your
Mhm.
families, love on yourselves, and give yourselves grace. And because
Mhm.
this is we're hitting our last moons, our last everything. So
Mhm.
sit with peace this time of year. Don't be
Mhm.
stressed about all the other things. As long as you got your health, your family, and the people that you love is good enough.
Yes. Yes. Amen.
Amen. All right.
Yes.
Until next time, you guys have a great
Thank
one.
you.
It's been a blast as always. And you're loved, you're seen, and you matter.
Mm. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Bye, you
Bye.
guys. Take care.